Hi everyone, this is Michael. Well, as you seen in the title, I changed the transmissions on this, and I had a great time. So let me tell you about it. Well, first, what you need to change your oil, of course you need a mower that's got transmissions that can be serviceable, like a Hustler XD or XDX on up. Then you need to get you some couple filters for your mower. Then you get the right kind of oil you want to use. Most importantly, I can stress that enough. Most importantly, find you a dumbass that do it for you. Gotta be some. I mean, dumber the better. Dumber the better. To change it for you. There's a lot of dumbasses out there. Well, actually, it didn't take me too long to change it, but I got it done. Let me tell you about it. What I had to do, let me show. First of all, you got to do, you see in the video, you need to jack it up, get it up off the ground. I took both wheels off on both sides so you can get to it easy. I had it up pretty high and get it level so your oil drain out better on both transmissions. And I did have a problem this over here. It didn't green out. Putting oil in, it didn't quite get two quarts in it, and it's full. Must not quite got it green enough. I don't know what it was. I might end up doing it over one of these days. I don't know. On this side, just the right side. But now everything okay. Then of course, and I got this oil here. I got it at Walmart. It's $15.50 for synthetic. Here's the oil. That's some of the oils here that they recommend you using. There it is. So for synthetic. Of course, they recommend their oil. It's a Hustler for synthetic. I think that goes up 500 miles. 500 hours, I mean. And of course here, let me show you. This got filter caps on it. Right up here on top is the filter cap. Right here is your bleeder. I think they call it a bleeder. It's a side pour. They call it a side pour. Anyway, I call it a bleeder. You can feel it there. So let me show what I had ordered, but I haven't got it yet. I didn't wait for it. I got tired waiting for it. This here, the fitting, goes in there where these pores is at, right here, right there. That's the one you take loose. I forgot what size that is. These up here is 7/8. It takes a 7/8 to fit it. So I got a couple of these ordered. These only for a one without the reserve. But both of these will work on the one with reserve. And I get it something else. Well, I first cried. I took the filter cap. I'm gonna call it filter cap. I took it off first up here. Let me show you where it's at, so you give a sort of idea what I had to deal with. If I can get it in here. Let me find it first. It looks easier there. I mean, it's right there, down there it is. And it's in the angle. It's in the angle. Look, it's straight down there, but it's not straight down there. It's back in the angle. Let's see if I can get it on there. Is that the one? Yeah, that's it. Looks like it's straight down from the camera, but it's not. And then over here, well, if I can't even get down there to it, it's way down in there. I can't. Well, see, of course, you got the belt in your way. You got all this in your way, and besides that, I put this switch on. It's in my way. So when I had the wheels off, I could get to it. That filter plug. Part of that's my fault on this side getting to it. Well, I tell you what I done. I green up. Of course, you take your filters off, green it off, take your guards off, and your filter off, and you green it. I took them off one side, and I took it off the other side with them green thing. I would them sit there and green a long time with nothing coming out. Then clean your area off where you clean it. First of all, when I took that guard off, I cleaned the guard up and also cleaned around the filter before I took the filter off. Then when I took a filter off, then I cleaned around that to have a clean surface to put your new filter on. I did that. Well, if I got the filters on, then I tried to fill it up from this plug right here. I tried to fill it up. Well, I tried to use this. It ain't work. It wasn't working. Then I had to switch to a pump. So that's what this is for. You hook a hose to this right here and fill this. You put your ore in that way. You use these little pumps. I got this at War King. Gave $8.99 for it. You can order these at a kit too. And I got this in that AutoZone for $12.99. Well, they fall down good. I like how they fall. Well, I end up using this in here. That's made to fit a Gaddon or a quart. Let me get it right here. It's made to fit both, but it won't fit these big tops. They're too big. But I end up using this. And I got a funnel. I filled this quart up here. This is an empty quart. It was cleaned out. I cleaned it out. I had two of them. I had them cleaned out. And I poured that ore in there on two of them. So I have 2 quarts to put in this side. And then I refill them, put 2 quarts on the other side. That's how I did it. And I used that pump. Well, I tried that first, but I had the filter cap off. That's where I decided to put it in the side plug here. This one? Well, I was pumping like crazy. I done put 1 quart in. I was putting another one in. I was pumping real good. I kept on. All once ore started gushing out everywhere. It was the biggest mess. I overfilled it. And it came out on top of it. It ran everywhere. You know what I said? Oh my God. I made a mess. Yeah, okay. If you believe that. Anyway, when I got done with that, and of course I went over here and did the same to that. This one, I didn't quite get 2 quarts in it. I got about 1 3/4. Must have been some left in it. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Anyway, and I filled this one. Got them all filled. Well, this time, no. Bring it down and start bleeding them. Cause you want it jacked up. You don't want you don't want it sitting down on weight on it. So I pull the bypass out first. These things will turn anyway when it's in bypass. The wheels keeps turning like it's, I don't know. I don't think it's right or something. I don't know. Anyway, I did that. If I did it 3 times that way, I did 10 times back and forward. Go slowly back and forward. Go forward and backwards on your levers here, like you grab me going forward, then you go right back. I did that 10 times, shut it off. Did it 3 times that way. Then I put the bypass back in, did that 3 times. Then I put it down on the ground and cried it. Well, this was making all kind of racket. I said, oh my goodness. I screwed things up. Well, I decided then, do I want to grain it and redo it? That's too much work. So I decided to take that top filter cap off right here and go back and do the to bleed the air out of it. When I did that, then when I put it back down, put the cap back on it and cried it, it's real quiet then. It's quiet. I took it out down this way. It sounded good. Sounded like it should sound. It been sounding. This thing don't nothing want to go coppery. So that's a fun day I had with this. Now it took me a while. You ain't expect to do this no 30 minutes or hour. It took me forever, seemed like. Well, after cleaning all my mess up, then I had to go outside and gunk them. I put some spray around the transmission and clean them up, get all that ore off of it. That was fun. So that's my big exciting day. That was yesterday when I did all that. And my fittings ain't come in yet. I'm gonna tell you something that you might want to check out. These Hagler filters, that's just like the one I've got. This is the number I got was 52114. That's the original. These filters right here. So I was at working. I seen some filters there. I thought that should work on XD. Well, if I found out later that this here for the XD, well, it's for 2800s too. It'll work on all of them. It stems, STENS. Part number on the filter was, it'll be 120-738. But I ain't sure what, I seen some at Working. I ain't sure on the prices. I mean, the price was $7.99 each. But I ain't sure them filters would work on mine. I didn't know the number then. I know it now. I will check next time I go. If they still got them, I'm going to give me a couple of them. That's a lot cheaper than paying $40-some for them. I got that cheaper than I did the one for the SD. But now on, if I knew what I know now, this has no reserve on it. That little dinky ass battery. I seen on the dealerships talking about them too. They wasn't no count. He done replaced several of them. And I put a bigger battery in them. That's a dealership. If I knew what I know now, this XDX would still be sitting up there. I wouldn't be owning it. That's how frustrating it was to me. You got a reserve tank. Make sure next one I get next time, gonna have a big battery. They're gonna have reserve tanks on it for the transmission. I ain't getting it. I'm done with this shit. They try to make it better. Yeah, it's better, all right. I like the mower, how it looks, everything like that. That's what brought me to it. But if I knew what I knew now, I would never own it. I ain't mean that Hustler's a bad mower or nothing. It's just I don't like that setup they got on it. I don't like that shitty ass battery and that no tank reserves for the transmissions. So I did my preaching today. Yay, brother. They are good mowers. Don't get me wrong on that. Hustlers are good mowers. But I need to go back and put reserve back on them and put a bigger damn battery in it. Holy shit. Okay, I'm finished now. So this is Michael. Let me show you my sign. There it is. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.